Screw this piece of garbage.
Yeah.
That'd be like me walking up to DolphinVi and be like, hey, listen, I said some bad things about you, and look, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm never going to do it again. DolphinVi, confirmed Nazi.
Yeah.
That's pretty much how it went. And whatnot. Also, there's like been... apparently, what is it? Apparently, this one's a little unsubstantiated, but still I find it interesting. Apparently, she did a video on Steven Universe and whatnot.
Yes, she did.
And apparently, at least according to one other YouTuber, like, what YouTuber was it? RoboBuddies. She claims that Lily Orchard ripped her off to some degree because like entire complaints and entire things that were in she made a video long ago and entire complaints, entire subjects and proof were listed exactly from that video.
It legitimately would not surprise me if that was the case.
And Lily Orchard apparently put her as a source in the description, but I don't know, to me that sounds more than a source.
Yeah.
That sounds like you're trying to Amy Schumer the situation. No, I didn't copy these people. I just, pretty much took their sentences and took one word out and replaced it with another.
They don't have 100% proof of this, but I think was it her? Yeah, I think it was her. I think I was.
I sincerely doubt that she copied everything about it. Didn't she call this one was the one of the animators for Steven Universe a fascist apologist?
She called the showrunner, yes.
Yeah, what kind of person just does that? You don't just call people fascist. Before I call someone a name, I'd like to at least prove that they're this before I again with my Frankie video. I didn't call the person a lying slanderer until I finished the video.
Well, here's the thing, she kinda did that by pointing out certain things in the show and whatnot, but it's apparently she hasn't heard about separation of art and artist.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, the separation of art and artist when it suits them, but not when it doesn't.
But anyway, but one thing I want to say is how a lot of people like to go on, a lot of people on YouTube like to go on about how this fan base is shit or this fan base is that. One probably thing to say is that the Steven Universe fan base is shit, and it very well might be, but I have another counter to that, and that is that the anti-Steven Universe fan base is also shit. I swear to God, there's over the past years, there's been an anti-fan base to it, where people's whole goal is to hate on the Steven Universe fan base, and some of them can be kind of obnoxious just because if you say even the slightest nice thing about Steven Universe, you're I don't know, you just treat like shit. I haven't even seen Steven Universe. I don't know. It's just funny to me. I don't know.
People need an outlet for their emotions.
Emotions.
We all have them. We all do it. Just some of us are different about how we choose to do it.
My only problem with, also, off topic, my only problem with getting rid of the podcast is that to me it's too much fun to do it, and I don't know what we could do to replace it that'll fill that void of fun.
Well, if Valley's idea, there was that.
Yeah, I guess we can do that. Yeah, no, that is a good idea. We'll do something like that, maybe.
Yeah, well, we gotta do it live. Gotta do it live, or not at all. I'm telling you that right now.
And I'll try to add some kind of twist to it so that it's not too obvious that we're pretty much ripping off Mahler and Rags.
Yes.
Now we just straight up take their icons and just warp them a little bit.
Yeah.
We'll just copy who attempt to copy. I'll just be Wolf. Even though I'm just pretty much a copy of Wolf and Rags at the same time.
Fair enough.
At least I'm trying. I've yet to get the comedy of Wolf down yet.
Yeah.
Personally, I don't find Wolf.
Personally, I find that. mean,
Oh,
when
yeah,
I do video reviews now, I'm pretty much pro Jared, but trying to mix it up a bit.
Yeah, you
I
doing the
don't know,
face cam? It's
um,
it's like
uh, what
I have to
was it?
respect you for that. You're willing to put your face out there. I'm like, no. The things I say and do on the internet shall never be known. Who is behind lethality? Never.
Yeah.
You will never see my face or hear my name.
Yeah. So, if I ever say something really controversial on camera, Papa G's just uploading it to his channel.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Hey,
Exactly.
burn all the gas.
Oh no, like, for example, if I'm doing an Alex Jones impersonation and I'm around people that don't know what comedy is, Papa G's channel, he can do it. Speech, I
Holy
really
cow.
don't know how he yells so much, it's hell on your throat.
I'm definitely gonna need, like, maybe I'll have to find videos for us to cover. I definitely can find videos for us to cover and stuff, because I come across so many shitty videos and whatnot that it's like treasure trove. However, I just hope it isn't just that I think they're shitty. I hope it's like you guys think they're shitty too.
You can send him for review beforehand.
Yeah.
Although I'm gonna have to tone down the casual racism though. God, because I'm just fucking terrible. I don't do it in my videos all the time, but when I'm in like one of these rooms, like when I'm in a podcast, I try my best not to make those kind of jokes.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine when it was recorded, because then I could just edit it out. Or just do a
Then
beep sound
live, it's
effect
just gonna
over
be
it.
like,
Yeah.
I know about it. This is a lot random, but like I think like lethality is more funny than Dishonored Wolf. I don't know why. Like Dishonored Wolf can be funny, but like a lot of times I like for some reason find it obnoxious, and I don't know why. But for some reason, like every time he says things in a certain tone of voice, I'm just pissed off for some reason.
oh, you mean like that one time I tried to do it in this kind of voice, and instead I was talking about The Last Jedi and how shitty of a movie it is objectively, and it doesn't matter your subjective opinion because there's something about it.
Something like that, yeah.
Wow,
Yes.
you're a great person. I like you. Here, have a retard hat.
More so, a lot of times
And
they'll
that's
say
another
like,
thing I hated. These people say everything I'm about to say in this video is my subjective opinion, then 2 seconds later they're talking about something objectively wrong.
I actually, you know what's funny? Oh, sorry, Papa G. Let me just finish this. I have a video I have labeled under where is it? I have it labeled under I sit down for 10 minutes and rant about Quentin. Yeah, here it is. I rant about Quentin for under 10 minutes. It's 9 minutes and 44 seconds. I've decided, should I upload this or should I not?
I knew about Quentin reviews before he was a meme.
I just didn't care. I hated him. All I know is that I remember the first video I saw by him. First one. I was looking up I was really into like YouTube original movies for a while.
Yeah.
And one of those was The Shining? No, The Thinning, I think it was with what was it? One of the Paul brothers.
Yeah.
And I decided, let me watch a review on it before I watch it. I watched Clinton, and then out of the blue, I just hate Trump. I legitimately would be a nicer person. I'm just like,
But that was relatively.
I was like, wait. You're a reviewer in the
That was
middle of a
relatively
review.
recently, though.
Yeah, that was like, yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. I haven't known him for a while. This is the first time I heard of him. Was when that happened.
It's like, come on, this is a review of a movie. You should not be talking about that sort of stuff in the review of a movie.
Oh my god! I'm gonna do a joke review and just do exactly what he did.
Yeah, it's
Hold on.
like the whole Angry Joe thing where he was making too many gags about Trump in one video, and they weren't even good ones.
Hey, you want a good gag? Let me tell you, I can do a pretty good Trump impersonation.
Okay.
I can do one right now.
Okay.
No, you go ahead, Papa. I'll do it after.
Okay. One thing I want to say is the first video from him I saw was actually one I really liked. Was his videos on grade A under A, and like in my opinion, I think he like he made some pretty good arguments about how like maybe Grade was never really good and how Grade was kind of an asshole. Whatnot, and like maybe we gave him too much credit and whatnot, and he actually made some pretty good arguments and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And like I've actually liked some Quentin's videos. I was sort of a fan of him for a while, and then I dropped off and whatnot. So I kind of find it ironic how things have sort of come full circle. How it's like first video of his I've seen is him like saying how this YouTuber isn't that great, and now I'm seeing him everywhere with people saying this YouTuber isn't that great, except it's Quentin this time. So it really has sort of come full circle in like a very interesting, unique way. Yeah, some of Quentin's videos.
Oh, is the video how grade A fell from grace?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there's an entire section on a Quentin on a QE farm. Where it's like his Discord mess, like not really PMs. It's like a whole bunch of like fucking shit, dude. The amount of stuff on this forum right here about Quentin is frightening.
Yeah, but like Kiwi Farms, how well can you seriously take Kiwi Farms? Kiwi Farms is literally a place that tries to make everyone seem like an autistic edgelord or whatnot. So,
True.
Yeah.
Really
These are like
tweets.
These are tweets directly from Quentin.
Okay, that's different then.
Like if it's direct tweets, I don't know if like the Discord messages are true. But if these tweets are real, I've looked them up. I found them.
Or the tweets.
Yeah, there's also all the videos he's done. Even the what's this? There's even like a what are those things called? Bookmarks and videos, I think they're called.
I don't
Anyway,
know.
Like in this, what is this? Logan Paul thinning sequel is terrible. I press play on it and immediately it just goes into review, and then I just really hate Trump.
It's like, he just says, "I just hate Trump" in every little review.
Like, it's just true. I get like.
I was like, what does Trump
Like,
have to do with the thinning?
Like I feel
I think
actually
some
I
of it-
know he basically compared the two.
No.
Or it's been a while. I haven't
Come
watched
on,
it in a while.
seriously.
I
If you're
think
if you're gonna make a joke about Trump in the middle of a review, just at least try to make it funny.
Yeah.
I mean, so YouTuber like King J Grim, he made a video about Final Fantasy 15. And he talked about how King Regis built the wall to keep the Empire out, and then Donald Trump was on the screen for like a second or two, and then he disappeared. See, that's how you should do it. Make it subtle and funny, so people understand it.
It's like with ER. ER is really funny to me because casual racism is hilarious. And he made a couple Trump jokes, and I'm like, haha, that's funny.
ER is weird. I like ER overall. I think he's funny and interesting, but sometimes he makes me uncomfortable because I legitimately don't know if he's actually racist or not.
But how can you? If just because someone says a racism doesn't make them racist.
Yeah.
No, I know, but like the thing is, like he hasn't gone out of his way ever to say, "Oh, I'm not racist" or "I'm not this or that." It's
I mean,
just
really,
something
no
that
one really should have to say that. It's like when those people when the beginning of their video, this is my opinion. They shouldn't have to say that.
Well, yeah, but like when the
The
line
moment
is so
you say that, you're just saying, I have nothing interesting to say because this is only applicable to me.
Well, yeah, but like when then there's the point where the line is so blurred that I can't help but be like, is this a joke or is this not a joke? I don't know.
Yeah, remember when he made
My
remember
point
when
is
he
that
was
what I'm
talking
trying to
about
say is-
Well, look, that's
Yeah.
just Poe's law, Papa G. You can never help that.
What I'm really trying to say is that I think like ER is pretty funny and whatnot, but even he's a bit too edgy for me at times. Like he goes places where like even I'm like, whoa, you know.
Mm.
Like I can't remember what joke it was like that. Like I mean, we go, whoa, that was really out there. Oh yeah, one joke was like I think when in his Get Out review, which is now gone, he said something like having a pair of floating eyeballs as the protagonist is a really good idea or whatnot.
I remember that joke.
I thought it was funny, but I can't help but be like, oh wow, that's
Oh my god. Let me tell you something, Papa G. Listen. As the
I'm
only
not
thing
saying
you'll
they're
know
bad,
about,
I'm not
only
saying
the
they're
only
bad, I'm
thing
just
you'll
saying-
know about me is that I'm black. That's about all you'll know about me.
Mm-hmm.
And let me tell you something. I will let you know when someone is racist. ER is not racist.
Yeah. In fact, I'd let you know when someone's racist as well. I mean, I don't
Shut up,
give
white boy.
I don't give someone that label unless I really mean it.
Unless I really need to push a narrative.
I do wonder if he really does hate everything. Well, not hate everything. So it seems like what does he hate?
I don't really think he
there's
has.
one thing- there's one
He
thing
hates like.
What?
Oh, wasn't it the Death Note Netflix thing? I think he really hates that.
Yeah. Well, one thing that caught me off guard was like Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And I was really caught off guard by that because literally everyone I've ever talked to loves Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So to hear that from ER, I was like caught off guard.
Never watched that.
Me neither.
Nor do I have any
somebody
intention
that
to.
hates it.
I legitimately just don't like vampires. All right. The only good like thing media with vampires in it to this day, I will stand by is Vampire the Masquerade.
Okay.
That the only thing that made me like vampires. The only thing.
I'm sure there's more than one than that thing. I'm sure there's other good stuff with vampires.
Nope, it's just that.
Yeah.
Twilight, no.
No.
What? No. God, no.
That's a
What's the other
conspiracy
one?
to turn men into gay, sparkly vampires.
Actually,
Don't buy it.
I have yet to play that vampire game, but maybe it does it better.
Check it out.
But I don't know. I haven't played Vampire.
Mm.
I probably will, but not now. Oh yeah, I forgot. When you now since the new year is here, finally they have implemented digital tax.
Oh.
Yeah, so now it's like if you're going to buy like a $10 game, depending on the state you live in, it's like it's plus 70 cents or something like that. I gotta remember that.
Yeah.
Yay!
Hooray for government.
Hooray for the shutdown. Shut me down, daddy. Anyway, let's see what else is there. Oh yeah, I forgot my entirely like new series. I used to have the episode 1, but I have yet to upload it.
Okay.
I decided to drop off my Tard Quotes series because everyone's doing it.
Fair enough.
And by everyone, I'm just like, I need to do something else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there it is. Hang on, let me see. It's about a 12-minute video, and it's I call it Tardicles episode 1, the Naziing.
Oh.
And it's all about an article calling PewDiePie a Nazi.
Okay.
Yeah.
I should probably upload it now since I haven't really been working on a video due to my abysmal sleep schedule.
Yeah. Weren't you also going to do a video on YouTube Rewind, or have you abandoned that?
No, I'm going to.
Okay.
But the thing is, I've worked on my script, and the thing is that I have a lot of jokes directed at a lot of people, including Ninja, and it's gonna be funny. One of my quotes in the video is, "Wow, out of all these characters in here, I only recognize 2 of them, and out of the third guy I recognize, I despise immensely. You have no idea how much I despise him."
Why do you despise Ninja so much?
No, not Ninja. No, my problem with Ninja. I don't have a problem with Ninja. I don't know why everyone else has a problem with Ninja.
Because he won't stream with women, probably.
My only problem with Ninja is that his face is everywhere. I just, like, every time I go on Twitch, what's the first thing I see? Ooh, look that. An ad with who? Ninja in it. Stop putting Ninja in my face. He's popular. I get it. Let me watch General Sam.
One thing I have to say, this is a bit random. One reason I think people hate Ninja is because a while ago he accused some people of stream sniping him when they weren't doing that at all.
Oh, they've been hating him before that.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Which reminds me, we could put the new show on Twitch and then upload it to YouTube or something.
Yeah, that might work. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. Jesus fuck, what was I gonna say? God damn it, I forgot. I know it. What were we
You
talking about? Oh
think
yeah,
you know it.
PewDiePie. I want to say that about PewDiePie. And that is, I want to debunk this stupid opinion right now. A lot of people say that PewDiePie is good now since he's gotten older and edgier. I have to say, like, PewDiePie has gotten better, but I wouldn't say he's a good content creator. I don't know. What do you
Well,
guys
he
think?
knows how to get attention and be charismatic. That is objectively things he's good at.
I know,
You're
it's
supposed to be
just
good at YouTube. Those are two things you just have to be good at.
I know, it's just like I feel like I don't know, like I feel like I kind of like how he's a bit more real now and whatnot, but I still don't think like he makes like quality content. I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
He makes a meme about quality content.
Yeah.
I'm saying like if
I like him
someone
now. I like him more now, honestly.
Mhm.
I respect him more now, but I'm not really like a fan of him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, how
Especially
dare you not
consider
like PewDiePie?
all the crap he's gone through lately.
Like, I like ER for his his Death Note videos, and then immediately nuts. Like, do you know how many people I like who make jokes like that? Well, me included.
A lot. I was
No, I
surprised.
went.
I was surprised ER didn't get more hate. Why is he? Why
Oh
is
no, he
PewDiePie getting
got
the hate? Not,
because PewDiePie's already been established. PewDiePie is a bigger person than ER,
Mhm.
and trust me, they've been taking pop shots at ER too. And I remember in a part 3 of his Death Note review, he made a joke about it.
yeah.
He's like, I think, how did the joke go? I think he went like, I mean, it's almost as bad as those journalists are attacking me and PewDiePie for making jokes. Because as we all should know, we can't make fun of Nazis. They did nothing wrong. Am I right, Wall Street Journal? Heil.
Mhm. Yeah, that's good.
That's my thing with Wall Street
Yeah.
as well. Yeah, I made a joke. I most likely did.
I do think ER is good. Well, not ER is good, but I think he's a bit overrated. Like in terms of just like people like this, like some of his fans I've talked to, like to paint him as like the perfect YouTuber who do no wrong, and I'm like, he's good, but
No,
like he's not that good,
there's
guys.
there's no such thing as the perfect YouTuber that can do no wrong.
What do you think? Do you think he's like overrated or like perfectly rated?
He's perfectly rated.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I would say overrated just in the sense of like how people build him up and whatnot, and like how he can never
Mhm.
have a bad opinion or whatnot.
Or you say it because you've been betrayed before, Papa G. Maybe that's why.
I only say that because I'm salty that he says that, what was it
Well,
called?
no, I remember you used to think Mother's Basement was the best content creator ever, but then you were betrayed.
Well, I didn't think he was the best content creator ever. I thought he was really unique and a pretty good YouTube creator, but then he started to go to shit. Oh yeah, like I'm salty at him because he's like says, what was it called? Civic Rim is low IQ entertainment.
I mean, it is.
Yeah. I mean,
I
he's not
guess.
wrong.
I mean, yeah, you can enjoy it,
but it's still good,
but
good enjoyable movie.
yeah, it's
I mean,
good.
giant
It's good.
robots, giant monsters, colors,
I mean,
dumb
I
action.
consider people that
Not
enjoy
saying so
The Last
not saying he
Jedi
says
low IQ too.
what?
You heard me.
No, I didn't hear you. I didn't hear you.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I consider people who enjoy The Last Jedi low IQ.
Okay. That's something I do find funny about people saying like the whole reason China like didn't support The Last Jedi was because it was bad, and I'm like, if that's the case, why the fuck have China supported all the Transformers movies and whatnot?
They're just that bad.
Are people does that mean the Transformers movies are suddenly good, and China really has high IQ taste?
Or they just like action. Either one's fine.
That's the thing. Like a lot of people, like in a lot of mainstream movies, you'll see like different races, different whatnot. But you'll never see gay people because overseas there's a lot of countries where gay people aren't too popular there, but they like seeing themselves and whatnot. So like if anyone says Hollywood's being SJW, maybe they are, but like they're not being like that way to spread a message. They're being that way so people overseas buy their movies.
I don't think they're buying the movies.
No, they didn't buy The Last
They
Jedi that
definitely
well.
are.
Are you kidding me? Did you see how terribly Black Panther did over there?
No. But, like,
People
that's
complaining
the
about white people being racist. Are you kidding me? Have you seen China?
But like, why do you think?
Oh
Like,
yeah,
it
I mean,
totally
come on, you should
like,
see Chinese commercials, Papa G. I think what was it? There was a commercial for some Chinese laundry product where she shoves a black
yeah,
man
they put
into
a
a laundry
black guy
machine and
in
a
there,
Chinese
and
guy
it comes
comes
out
out.
comes out a
Well, like here's the thing.
crisp Asian.
Yes.
But here's one thing. You guys said it doesn't work. It totally does work. Why do you think Transformers 4 had a whole section in it where like they just went to China and everyone in China was like this badass ninja or whatnot? It's to appeal.
Well, yeah,
to
they like Chinese representation.
Yeah, that's not SJW,
Chinese
Papa
market.
G.
Yeah, but that's not SJW.
No,
Do you know what SJW is?
SJW
was
is
SJW.
shoving
What I was
representation into a movie even when it makes zero sense.
Rose Tico.
What I'm trying to say.
And having them be stereotypes that they can never grow beyond, so the characters are boring.
Having the
I'm trying to
what are
say.
those?
Shut up.
I'm gonna keep interrupting it.
Like, I'm not saying that's SJW. I'm saying to people who think that's SJW, they don't know how Hollywood works. And like, the reason why we don't have many gay people in mainstream movies is because they're afraid that the foreign markets are gonna reject it because they're fucking racist.
Of course they are.
Out there.
It could also be that gay people aren't that big a percentage of the population, but go on.
I'm not saying, like, that's not me saying, like, people in other countries are thought racist or what. Well, actually, yes, it is me saying that, but it's like...
Wait, what does gay have to do with racism?
Yeah, what does gay have to...
What I'm trying to say
I call that gaysism.
A new word I just made.
Gay.
People like being gay characters in more mainstream movies and whatnot, but
I'm pretty sure the majority of people are also okay with that. Yeah. Screw those foreigners. Am I right, guys? Open borders.
I mean, if Rey in Star Wars turned out to be gay, I wouldn't be surprised at this point.
I don't even know what she is at this point.
Mary Sue.
Like, what do you want? Like, right, what is your goal in life?
I need someone to show me my place. That is my goal. That was it.
Okay, listen, your place, you see this, and I open a door. This is just a kitchen. Exactly.
Yeah, that meme, that was funny.
That joke was already said way back when the trailer first came out. Get on.
Oh yeah. Star Wars, back to the kitchen.
Also,
Jesus
here's
Christ.
one thing I want to say. I've seen some people say that what's it called? Daisy Ridley is bad as Kristen Stewart, and I'm like, what?
No.
I'm not a fan. I'm not like a big fan of Daisy Ridley. I think she's an okay actress.
She could at least close her mouth sometimes.
But it's like, my point is, I don't think she's not nearly as bad as Kristen Stewart, guys. She's not that bad. And even if she is, Kristen Stewart won a French Oscar.
Oscars mean nothing now.
Okay, think about what you're really saying there, Papa G.
Like,
she's
the fact
not
that,
bad because she's not as
Black
terrible
Panther...
as this other person.
No, I'm not saying she's not bad. I'm not saying Daisy Ridley's not bad. I'm saying that the idea that she's as bad as Kristen Stewart is ludicrous to me. That's all I said.
It's like the fucking Black Panther movie. It won a, what was it, the Best Movie of the Year award or something? Like, that was a horrible movie. Like, you can sit down and enjoy, like, again, you can enjoy a bad movie, but how did that win?
So it's just like every other Marvel movie.
Well, I mean, except for, well, you know, the well-written ones, like Captain America Civil War, Infinity War.
Well, Winter Soldier,
that's about
I
it.
think that was good.
Oh, Winter Soldier's pretty good too, yeah. They're actually, you see, I like a little thing called consistency.
It's funny, a lot of people really liked Thor Ragnarok. I almost fell asleep at Thor Ragnarok.
Thor Ragnarok, no, it was like one of those meh Marvel movies. There are good Marvel movies.
There were some really clever jokes in it that I actually kind of liked. But other than that, I was like kind of bored by it.
I want to go up to that rift. The devil's anus. Like, what? Like, I did not know it was called that at the time. I thought it was going to be like a serious movie, but then just...
It got a bit too silly.
Yeah. Like even like Infinity War is the right amount of seriousness.
Yeah.
It was like a really serious, but some with the lighthearted moments made sense.
Yeah. It's kind of like the Winter Soldier episode. I mean, there were some lighthearted moments, but they knew not to shove comedy where it didn't belong.
Yeah. It's like what was that? I have yet to see that Mission Impossible Fallout, but a lot of people have been telling me that's good.
That's some really great fight scenes in it. I wasn't personally a big fan of it overall, but it had like the best part of it were definitely the action scenes, which were like really well directed, and whatnot.
Yeah. And like there's even like bad movies that I sincerely enjoy, like was it Man of Steel? I really love Man of Steel.
Yeah.
It, in my opinion, is possibly the best way how they could have killed off Superman's father, like his Earth dad, because you probably have never seen the VHS Superman movies,
No.
but like the way how they killed his dad off in the VHS version was as dad while he was running, he just had a heart attack. That was it. He was just like, Dad, and then it's just next scene. It's just like, I can't believe you died of a heart attack.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I feel nothing. And then in the Man of Steel, it's a very emotional scene because you knew that Clark could save him. Like you knew he could.
Why didn't he save him?
Because it would have exposed him as having superpowers.
Because it would expose him. How would the world react? It's like his father said.
He said
How would the world
isn't
react
ready
to someone
for
like
yet."
him? The world isn't ready for you. And the last words to his father, to that guy, he said, was, "You're not even my real dad." And like, I think it was super emotional for me because I was just like, wow, he could have done it, but he didn't. Because he still honored his father's wishes, and the effect of that was he died.
That's a good point.
Still, Man of Steel. I don't care what anyone says. That was the only thing that I think was that guy's name, Zack Snyder. I thought that was the only good thing he did.
Yeah.
Man of Steel. Everything else should be publicly executed.
And even better, it gives Superman an actual reason to want to stop General Zod.
What about
Rather than
300?
just, I'm Superman, I'm a good guy, it's what I do. Now he has an
Not
actual
just that,
reason to do it.
He's gonna destroy the
There's
planet.
literally a part. There's literally a part where there's literally a part in like the movie where he said, you know, I'm gonna kill literally everyone on Earth. That's why he doesn't do it.
What?
Yeah, isn't there a scene
What,
where
Zod? You're talking about Zod, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's a pretty valid reason why you'd want to stop a person.
Yeah, but even so, I mean, he's more
Like
emotionally invested. this way.
DolphinVi, if someone walked up to you and said, "I'm going to shoot up I'd stop him."
Yeah.
You're just like, nah, that's not
Well, the
a
point
reason
was,
enough.
it's not that it's not a reason, but here he's actually emotionally invested.
Yeah, he was.
Rather than that, I want to save the planet because, well, you know, I've got bills to pay. I want to see a show next Saturday.
Or when he had to kill Zod, he's like, "Stop it!" And he's like, "I'm not going to stop." And you know, Zod wouldn't stop. Like, because think about it, Zod has Superman's powers. What could stop Zod except for Superman? Like realistically, and again, none of them know that Superman's weakness is kryptonite. Like no one on Earth knows that yet.
Yeah.
So it's like
Batman figures it out
it's like
somehow.
in a way,
but no one knows yet.
Oh yeah, because Lex told him. Again, my dad has the director's cut, which adds so much stuff to the movie that it actually would have been a better movie if they just kept this stuff in.
Wait, what? Wait. Your dad does?
Yeah, my dad's a huge DC fan.
Like, how does he have the like the director?
Amazon. He bought off Amazon.
Okay.
No, Amazon Prime. You know, like that. That's what I mean. Yeah, well, you thought he just went up to Hollywood and just like, yo.
So the way you phrased it,
You like you can.
like it.
It's like what's it? It's like if you buy the airplane move. Like if you buy an airplane, it has like No, I'm not Shirley edition. It has like all cut content. It's like that. Not actually like the director specifically gave it to my.
Yeah.
Like it actually added the context of how Batman found out Superman's weakness was kryptonite. Because Lex sent him the folder that showed him it, and he gave Batman a reason why he needs to kill Superman. And then save Martha. Like what? And people still like again people give people shit for that. As much as I'd like to agree with them, then again, you think about it. Batman was a kid. He couldn't save his mother. So in a way, this could give him closure.
No,
Even though,
fine,
like,
so-
and then again, I could just be making up a scene or adding context to a scene where there was none.
I mean, I can kind of see where it's coming from, to a degree, like where like the Martha scene is coming from. But to me, it's still kind of dumb. I don't know.
It is. It still is. I'm not saying it's not.
Although looking at the story, I don't see any other way that they could have really done it.
Fair enough.
I mean, Superman and Batman had absolutely nothing in common by that point. So there need to be something they had common ground with.
But it still made sense that
Yeah.
like how Batman cheesed Superman with that kryptonite powder.
Yeah.
It's like again, it's like what's that Rooster Teeth podcast I watch where he's like, oh, they're talking about weaknesses, and he goes, yeah, I'd be like Superman where my weakness is a rock. And he goes, what's a weakness to you? And he goes, a weakness is something emotional. And he goes, you mean like Superman's weakness to a rock that's from his dead planet?
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, oh well, you don't see Superman going seeing the kryptonite. He goes, oh, my parents.
Oh, can I say one
No.
off topic really quick?
Go ahead.
This is completely off topic, but like I just subscribed by this because I have it up on my computer. One thing ER said I'm surprised he didn't get any shit for was when he said Harry Potter is a Gary Still. And about that, and I was like, ooh, that's gonna cause some controversy. But as far as I know, no one gave a shit.
Actually, it is. Actually, I could see that.
I'm not really sure about that.
I'm not. It's not like John Kill where he straight up said Luke is a Mary Sue. Luke is not a Mary Sue.
No.
Luke is a everyman.
Well, like no, ER flat out. Well, ER didn't say it, but he had visuals and literally he pretty much said like there are plenty of really bad Gary Stews out there. And then he said not naming names, and then the Harry Potter music and the picture of Harry Potter came blaring up. So. How else am I supposed to take that?
I mean, I could see Harry Potter's a Gary Stew, but then again, you need to be convinced of it. Like if you're a Harry Potter fan, you there's no way I'll be able to, that ER will probably convince you.
Well, I'm not entirely sure if he would qualify as a Gary Stew by what one is.
Yeah, true. Yeah, by definition.
With a Gary Sue or a Mary Sue, it's generally they bend the rules of the universe so that they work for them.
Actually, yeah. Like Gary Stews and Mary Sues can work in a story. They can work in a story. But the problem is the rules of the universe. Once you establish the rules of the universe, and then you put the Mary Sue or Gary Stew in, you screw it up. But if you put the Gary Stew and Mary Sue in, and then establish the rules of the universe, then there you go.
I think
of course, then you have to follow by that rules for the sequel.
I think part of the problem is, and like this is why I don't like using terms like Gary Stew or Mary Sue too often because I feel like it's a bit overused. Is that like everyone agrees generally what a Mary Sue or Gary Stew is, but like everyone has at least small tweaks to it. So like sometimes people will like so that'll end up people having really stupid opinions, like some people who think Spike Spiegel from Cowboy Bebop is a Gary Stew or whatnot. But mostly I try to avoid using words like Gary Stew or Gary Stew, just use poorly written character or whatnot, just because I don't know. I find like once you enter those words, you start entering like a
when I say Mary Sue, I mean the actual definition. A person, or when I just call them stews. It's just a gender neutral way of saying Mary Sue or Gary Sue. Just call them stews.
But it's like to me,
Like-
what a lot of people like. There's a lot of characters who have Mary Sue or Gary Stu aspects to them, but like I do think they're
Yeah,
they
but they're
work
not
for,
Gary
yeah.
Stews.
But yeah,
Like,
but like
You
that's
can
the
have
thing.
aspects. Yeah, go ahead.
I don't believe a flat out Mary Sue or Gary Stu can work because I feel like the aspect of a character being a Mary Sue or Gary Stu,
Yeah, that's why Ray's a terrible character.
And like,
It-
but like if you have, but like here's the thing where it works and stuff is where it's probably have a character with certainly aspects, or even like whether it be a few or a lot of aspects of a Mary Sue or Gary Stu would still be work in terms of certain stories. Like I see
like-
Like you keep saying aspects. Let's define it. What would you say a Mary Sue or a Gary Stu is?
I guess a good example to me would be like Kirito or Ray. Kirito more specifically because I think Kirito is a better example because with Kirito, there's almost never any stakes because he's always like really good. He's always impressive. It's stated several times that he's like the top ranked player.
Girls always go wet for him.
He literally got a second sword in the game. Why? The game, literally all the characters like, I don't know, I guess just because he's so fucking great and whatnot. And like literally at that point, it's like where like I'm never afraid or never feel any investment in it because I know he's always gonna be okay.
Mm-hmm.
I remember one of the things that people talked to me like about Star Wars was they were like Anakin's a Gary Stu. I'm like, Anakin was trained.
Well, like he certainly does have Gary Stu elements to his character.
Yes,
like,
but there's a reason.
like,
Yes, but
never
there's a
didn't have a
reason for
father.
it.
No, yes, it is explained. Papa
Yes,
John.
but is it explained?
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
with
it's
Ray,
explained,
and
like,
he's
where
not
do they,
perfect.
where do they explain
Yeah, and he's not.
where his father came from?
Well,
Oh, easy.
Well, I
Darth
can't.
Sidious and Darth Plagueis are the father.
That's a fan theory.
wasn't it?
No, that's actual
It's not-
canon. They are
That
established.
yeah, that is canon. Yeah,
Where's the canon?
Outside
actually,
the
it
movie.
isn't. Actually, hang on a second. Canon. It's no longer canon anymore because Disney got rid of it. Remember?
Yeah.
So are you seriously trying
They
to
got rid of the canon, so
It was
it's
Darth
not canon
Plagueis.
anymore.
He wanted to see if he could take control of the midichlorians. The Fourth sensed
And
this.
create something.
Yeah, the Fourth
wait, are you
sensed
telling
this,
me-
and they decide to strike back against him by making the guy who would destroy the Sith.
So
Darth
wait a minute,
Vader.
are you trying to say, but I thought, then why, if he did have a father, then why the fuck did what's her name, Anakin's father, say that there was no father?
Anakin's father. Wait. Are you talking? Wait, hang on.
Anakin's mother. Why did
Okay,
Anakin's mother say there was no father?
Anakin's father said he had no father.
I'll have to
Anakin's
remember that
mother.
one.
Write that down somewhere.
Yeah.
Why did Anakin's mother say that? Oh, there was no father then.
Because there was no father. Like,
But you just said
all right.
that-
How
you just
about
said
this?
that
How about this? Listen. Let me put this in the way of the Bible. Who is Jesus Christ's father?
God, I guess.
Yes, but then why is Mary a virgin?
I
How
see
can
what
you have a
you're saying
kid?
here.
Yeah, you see, like that's how I'm using it. Like it's like what V said. Not V. V's an actual person. Never mind. Dolphin said the reason why Anakin doesn't have a father is because Darth Plagueis tried to see if he can control the midichlorians, and in retaliation, the Force created Anakin, which Anakin's destiny was to destroy the Sith. And in a way, he did destroy the Sith.
Why would Darth Plagueis just want to destroy the Sith?
No, not Darth Plagueis. The Force. The
Oh.
Force.
Darth Plagueis tried to manipulate the Force to his own bidding. The
Benefit.
Force did
A
not
benefit.
like this, so it created
Okay.
Darth Vader, who would destroy the Sith.
Okay, I got
Was
it.
that clear?
Yes.
And then the Force retaliated when Disney purchased the rights and created Rian Johnson, the one who would destroy the Star Wars franchise.
Star Wars is still making money, so it can't be dead.
Just wait. Because
Like-
now just having the name Star Wars doesn't mean shit anymore.
Yeah, I think it's Rose Tico toys. They're now 50 cents at Walmart now.
Jesus Christ. Just because something is making money doesn't mean it's successful.
You know. But like one thing I don't get is that there's some people out there trying to argue that somehow, what was it called?
It's dead.
The Last Jedi didn't make a lot of money. And I'm
Oh,
like,
it
guys,
made-
it's one
oh,
of the
man, it
highest
made a
grossing
shit
movies of
ton
all
of money.
time. How did it not make money?
it made a ton of
but
money in its
then
first
afterwards,
week.
Solo came out and it didn't really do very well.
Well, those are two different movies.
That's what people get wrong about it. It made
Yeah, it
tons
was
of
two
money in
different
its
movies,
first week, and
same
then it died
universe.
out.
Okay, but like, let me check how much money it made overall on the Wikipedia.
Actually, real quick. Actually, we'll do it. Actually, I'll do one better. Check the Force Awakens and then check Rogue One.
Okay.
Because think about it, the Force Awakens was received better, and then Rogue One came out.
Oh yeah, but that's because the Rogue One was a stupid spin-off movie, and the
but it doesn't matter because if it made money, then it was successful, right?
What I'm trying to say is there's several aspects you have to take into account and whatnot.
Stop saying aspect. Just say what you mean.
What I'm trying to say is
say what you
that
need to
like
say.
the reason why Rogue One made not as much money is because The Force Awakens, because some people didn't give a shit about Rogue One, because The Force Awakens is the first Star Wars movie in over 10 years and was marketed as fuck as a big return to the franchise. And while
was Rogue One not?
There wasn't as much interest in it.
I don't think that
Rogue One.
I'm
going to stand by this. I'm going to stand by this. Rogue One's a good Star Wars action movie. I'm not going to say it's a good movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Action-wise, you could sit down and just turn your brain off and just watch all the pretty lights.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I could say the same thing for Last Jedi. Never mind.
Character and story-wise, there's just not a lot there.
Yeah, there's not a lot there.
No.
It's like...
Yeah, it's like, here's this character, here's that character, here's this character, here's that character. Oh no, this character just died. How do you feel? I don't even remember his name.
But at least, the one thing I can say is at least the characters are consistent.
I like the blind Asian. I really did like the blind Asian character, kinda.
It's like, what was it? Like, at least they were consistent with some of their characters. Like, what was that? The army, the guy that was with the rebels. His mission was to kill the father. And then again, he didn't do it. I don't know why he didn't. It was, yeah, you should have done it. He was the guy that's like, yeah, I do whatever I can for the Republic, or not the Republic, yeah, the Rebellion.
Yeah.
And then he doesn't do a mission, this random mission, which was just kill this guy.
Who dies
and then
anyway.
Again, he dies anyway, so it really didn't matter. Oh, God, that reminds me of a Telltale choice.
Yeah. Do you save Harvey Dent or do you save Catwoman? It doesn't matter. Harvey Dent becomes Two-Face anyway.
Yeah.
It's like, then what's the whole point of it?
It doesn't matter. I choose to save Catwoman anyway.
The difference is he doesn't actually have a Two-Face, so
no, he does. Later on, he gets burned anyway, and he becomes Two-Face.
Oh. Never mind then.
What choice? Such excellent choices. Sorry to hear my brother in the background.
Okay. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, is Harry Potter actually any good?
The movies are good. The books, I can't get through the books.
Why are the books so bad?
Okay, how do I put this in the best way possible? Imagine the books are like reading It's like reading the Bible. Like you know how thick the Bible is, right?
Yeah.
Imagine the Bible, but it had several different books.
Fair enough.
And each one was different. Look, like J.K. Rowling is a good author. But my problem with her is that she goes into the most discreet detail. So much so that 5 pages include why Harry Potter is sweating right now.
Yeah. She doesn't really obey the rule of Chekhov's gun that well.
Oh, yeah, I find it interesting. ER also apparently mentions at one point that he believes Hermione is a self-insert for J.K. Rowling.
It wouldn't surprise me.
What?
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. I'm thinking. I mean, like, yeah, think about it. I can't. Oh God, I haven't seen Harry Potter in so long. I'm not reading the books again. I refuse to read the books again.
Yeah. Really
that was the worst 5th grade experience I've ever had.
Worst experience I ever had was 10th through 11th grade, where I was swamped with work the whole way through.
You shouldn't. God, the amount of detail. Like, I like details, but not like that many details.
I find it interesting how we somehow found a way to talk about The Last Jedi. That really is the horse.
It will never die.
When we're talking about bad things, usually The Last Jedi tends to come up.
I know, but like Last Jedi isn't at this point it isn't beating a dead horse. It's beating
It's beating a horse that's still running.
Yeah.
No, it's beating its decrepit.
It's beating a horse and asking, "Why the hell are you not dead yet?"
Oh yeah, there we go.
I really wish. Sometimes I wish the Last Jedi topic was like that because I really don't think there's anything left to say about it that hasn't already.
I just wish The Last Jedi just stopped existing.
Mm.
If it was never made, it would be like they should. Why they switch
This
directors?
This has been a podcast. We should have recorded this. Fuck.
Like, we are
why?
recording it.
Oh, okay.
Like, why did Disney decide? You know what? We had this one director. Why don't we change directors? Why would you change a director? That's so. Like, if you change
the original trilogy.
Well, it's not the change of directors that did it. It was the fact they gave this other director total creative control.
Oh yeah, that was the other problem. Yeah.
And he wrote The Last Jedi before The Force Awakens even came out.
And then when Ryan Johnson said, "Hey, listen, I have a map for the characters where they could go. Here, it could help you out." Nope, I'm going with my story. Give you co-creative control over a franchise, and you, thanks to your ineptitude, you pretty much have ruined it. It'll still make money, of course, but then again, it's not hard for shells of its former self to make money.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, there are things out there I'd love, like what was it, Battlefield? Like I used to love Battlefield, and I completely forgot Battlefield 5 was coming out this year or last year.
I think we
I've
can
never
look at the bright side.
What was
Star
the
Wars,
other
at
one?
least the fan films are pretty good. I mean, the Vader one.
The fan films are great. You know what? If anyone who's watching this podcast is a fan, makes those fan films, let me tell you something. If Disney ever walks up to you and says, "Hey, we're offering you XX amount of money," don't you dare accept it. I want you to stay pure.
Are you kidding me? They'd be fucking retarded if they say
no. No. They need to be pure. Those things are better than the films that come out now.
You don't understand.
Why would I want Disney to corrupt them too?
No, you don't understand though. Asking an artist to just say no to a big position is like really fucking retarded. It's like it's like telling an animator to say no to working on Teen Titans Go because that's a bad show. It's like that's their in to the industry. That's their shot at making other shit. They're not going to just.
There's an animator and
Have
then there's telling a story.
Have you ever heard of a show called Bedfellows?
No.
It's basically a group of friends who decided to animate some stuff. Recently, they decided to stop doing it because, for one, they lost passion for it, and the other one was the animator was talking about the animation industry. And one of the people in the live stream asked him about the animation industry, and he said, "The only thing I have to say to animators in the animation industry is to grow a fucking spine." Seriously, they're being taken advantage of, and yet they're just like, "Oh no, we can't. We gotta agree with this. We gotta agree with this."
Like the animation industry,
like
is very complex and nuanced and whatnot.
Complex and nuanced. Hey, you there working on Teen Titans Go? Work overtime. Oh, unpaid overtime. There we go.
Everyone works unpaid.
What are you gonna do?
Everyone works unpaid overtime everywhere.
Yeah, but everyone should at least have a spine to say, "You know what? I'm done."
Well, it's easy to say for you and whatnot. It's not so easy to say when people have a wife and kids to take care of, and this is their only job.
True.
I'm not trying to say you aren't wrong. What I'm saying is you're right and stuff. It's just the solutions aren't easy and whatnot. There's a lot of problems in the animation industry that have been industry problems.
The animation industry just needs to get like a union.
Yeah.
They need to like form a fucking union so they can actually get like employee benefits. Like unpaid overtime. That's stupid. I do not agree with that. If you're having someone work overtime, they should be paid.
Yeah.
Even for those people that worked on Red Dead 2 that worked overtime so they can get the game out. Were they paid? Because I actually didn't follow up the story.
I don't
know.
All I know is
the developers themselves said, "Look, we're not being mistreated. This is just common in the game industry. It's a way of life."
Well,
that doesn't make it right.
As a game is coming close to completion, there's some more overtime that needs to be done.
Like, so either way, as crunch is like, whether it's bad or not, it's this commonly known fact that crunch is a really big problem in the gaming industry, and that sometimes it can be like, it is not good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like sometimes it's more understandable than others, but it's like never really good. And like there are some developers that abuse it a lot, and so in my opinion, crunch is much more pressing problem than SJWs, in my opinion. What do you guys
In
think?
my subjective opinion,
No.
I don't know. Like,
Crunch doesn't kill games. SJWs do.
yeah.
I mean, I guess
Yeah,
like
that's why I say
I
Anita
guess for, like,
Sarkeesian is a vampire. I think she's a talent vampire. She sucks the talent out of people.
I guess, but like, can't tell you what does kill people? Working overtime so much that their bodies crap out on them.
Look, hey,
Or
this
that
is
kills
not.
people.
This
You know
is
what else
not
kills people?
Japan, Papa G. That happens in Japan. It doesn't really happen so much in the U.S.
Not yet, but give it time and let
Yeah, but
developers
no-
continue.
Yeah,
Okay,
but
here's
the
the
things like
difference.
unions exist.
But yeah, but here's the
It'll
difference
happen.
between-
Unions practically prevent things like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, like I don't think the gaming industry is unionized.
Well, they probably should.
Well, it's, they're working on it. Apparently, they're
Well,
working on
let's hope
getting
they
unions.
let's hope they finish it soon, because I'd rather not hear of what's it like? Well, actually, I wouldn't want to hear Todd Howard jumps out of a window, dies. I mean, yeah, he makes games. Don't you dare say you want him to do it.
Look, like all
Well,
I
he
know
didn't
for
help
certain,
make Fallout 76.
Yeah,
all
I hate
like,
Fallout
all I'll
76.
say-
Don't wish death upon people.
All I'll say is this: like, I don't know all the details involving this, but I think an animator at Aniplex, sadly, like, what was it? I think it was 2 years ago, committed suicide and
Mhm.
stuff due to overworking, and like apparently,
Was this
examining his
America?
body,
It's Japan.
yeah, examining his body, like it suggested like that he was working something like 48 hours a week or some obscene number.
Which is
and,
very
like, I don't
common in
want-
Japan.
Yeah, and I don't want to hear that shit happen in like the gaming industry,
Yeah.
okay? Or I don't want
I
to hear
mean,
that shit happen
In
at
Japan,
all.
I think they even have a word specifically for people who work themselves to death. I can't remember which one it is.
Of course, you know all about the Japanese.
No, there's an article I found once. I'll have to try and see if I can find it. It was a Japanese bus driver who worked 40-hour shifts and he just died at his job.
Well, it's like,
It is
here's the thing: like, we need to stop overworking people. It's fucking stupid. I don't understand why anyone thinks overworking people is a fucking good idea.
I don't even think anyone thinks it's a good idea.
Well, then we should stop doing it.
Well, Lord knows that I was almost. I used to overwork the hell a lot. Then I decided, you know what? I'm gone. I left, got a different job, done.
It's like,
Granted, the job didn't really pay as much, but I got more hours.
it's like when I was in high school, 10th, 11th grade was fucking hell, and like I was like passing out and I was having trouble. Now it's just 10th and 11th grade. I can't imagine getting overworked in like a regular union, in like a unionless job is like.
Well, I can tell you exactly what it feels like. Horrible.
Which is
Downright horrible.
Which is why I think like crunch and whatnot is a more pressing issue than the SJWs. The SJWs are still a problem and whatnot, but like them not as much of a problem in my opinion as crunch. But yeah, no, I'm not gonna say it's my opinion because it's a fact. Crunch is more permanent of an issue than
Yeah, crunch kills people. SJWs just make people lose their jobs.
Yeah.
Actually, what would be worse, death or losing your job? Actually, that's.
Probably losing your job because at least.
I mean, yeah, because then, yeah. I
Maybe
mean,
we should
death.
have
Once
that
you're done
debate
with
on a
that, you're
different
just gone.
podcast, I don't know.
No, we're not done yet.
Okay.
We'll have this be the last topic. Like, let me think. Like, think about it. If you like, I lost my job, and now I have to live off the last paycheck I have. So I think death would be better.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah, because once because after death, what's there? Nothing. Done. You're done. You're gone.
Well,
No, you're not. Your life. It can't go worse for you after that.
Well, what if
Without a job.
Well, like,
I
what
mean,
if
like,
God is real? Well, like, what if God is real and there's a heaven and hell in one, and there is something after?
I'd flick God off and say, "Why didn't you help?" He's like, "You're going to hell." I'm like, "Fuck you."
Which I'm curious, DolphinVi. What is your religious? What is? Are you an atheist or are you a Christian? I'm just being random now. You don't actually have to answer that.
I'm more.
I
I
feel
know.
like I just made him uncomfortable saying "screw God."
I know. I understand. They already know he's a Scientologist.
Uh oh, God is a
I'm not a Scientologist now.
God is though. God's just like, yeah. I mean, I agree with most of what they say. Y'all think I actually created the universe?
Yeah.
I mean, even so, I can enjoy the occasional webcomic that pokes fun at God. There's nothing wrong with that.
I'm really.
Yeah, I mean, there's one webcomic I've seen where God sends gay people to hell for no other reason than, well, the devil needs to hook up with somebody.
Well,
Someone needs to hook up with some.
Yeah, the devil needs to hook up with somebody. He's lonely down there. Yeah. Or another one I wish I could find where he says, "Well, Craig, you've certainly been a good person, but this Craig's list of fetishes, that is a problem. Yeah, you're gonna have to go to hell." Then about a month later, he calls up the devil, saying, "Hey, Lucy, how's that Craig guy doing down there?" And the devil's like, "I'm so pissed off. Why does he like all this torture I'm putting him through?" Yeah, I'm whipping him, I'm caning him, I'm putting candle wax on him, and he loves it. What's going on?
God's just like, send me a video.
Here's the thing.
I found that personally funny.
I did too.
Yeah, I mean, you can be religious, yet have a sense of humor. All that.
I don't care if
Even Christians have senses of humor.
Oh, you're a Christian?
Oh, hell no.
Oh, it's on DolphinVi. Are you a Christian?
Oh, never mind.
Or do you not rather not say?
I am, but I try not to let it influence how I deal with people too much.
I am agnostic and stuff, which means I am a fence sitter, which means I am automatically the bad guy. Because all fence
Oh,
sitters
so you're
are
queer.
pretty much, yeah. I guess. I love this meme, how apparently if you're in the middle on some issue, you're worse than the bad guys.
Well, the bad guys say that because they don't want to stop people from going to them.
The kind of people that I don't respect are the people that say, yeah, I'm a centrist, or I'm a fence sitter, but then you look at what they say and it appears that they're not really center on many things.
Yeah.
It's almost like you call yourself a centrist so you can avoid the criticism of, well, you wouldn't say that about the right, or you wouldn't say that about the left. You wouldn't say that about this or this.
In a way, it's all Boogie's. In a way, it's all Boogie's fault. Like, Boogie's a nice guy. He's entertaining to listen to, but he's such a fence sitter on a lot of shit to the degree that it's kind of embarrassing. And now all people associate all people who call themselves centrist with Boogie and stuff. So, thanks, Boogie.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's not
Oh my God,
his fault, I guess.
I mean, no, he's a fence sitter.
He's a nice guy, though. I would definitely hang out.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah.
Honestly, like I can bullying Boogie would be like trying to trip a cripple.
Mm-hmm.
You just know it's not going to work out, but
I believe in nuance, but apparently that's a silly belief, and I'm dumb for holding it.
no, nuance is a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Problem is that when people say, you know what, we need to be more nuanced about the situation, and then they look at another situation and, oh, nuance is gone.
Mm-hmm.
And like, here's the thing I can't believe I have to say in 2019. Yes, I'm saying current year and stuff. But like, just because someone's not a good person doesn't mean they can't make good art. Like, literally, like, has anyone heard of Roman Polanski?
I don't believe anyone's ever said that, Baba G.
Well, well by people's actions they seem to believe it.
Well, no, I think it's more that if bad people love something, then that something must be bad.
Yeah. Well, like I have a good example.
I mean,
of this
NBC
for
tried
me.
that, didn't they?
Well, I have a good example of this, and like I've been waiting to say this for a bit. Y'all know Spider-Verse, right?
Mm-hmm.
Great movie.
I saw it recently.
Best Spider-Man movie. Sorry, Spider-Man 2. Move aside.
That is pretty great. Apparently, so there's 3 directors on it. I don't know the other 2 directors' political beliefs. Apparently, one of the directors supports Antifa or whatnot. And the quartering used stats as to pretty much argue that the movie itself was bad, I think. Because he said on Twitter, in response to someone saying the movie was amazing, that you have incredibly low standards and whatnot. So I'm just like, dude, just because someone's an asshole doesn't mean they can't make good stuff.
Yeah, you gotta separate the art from the art.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I treat I treat quartering like I do Sargon. They're not dumb people. It's just they do dumb shit.
Mm.
Like, and like I don't know, maybe he did see the movie and he thought like people who like it have incredibly low standards. But either way, that just makes him more of an idiot.
That is his subjective opinion.
Mm-hmm.
How dare you chastise him?
Well,
Like here's the thing. Ultimately, I'm proud to admit I'm a fucking idiot and whatnot, and it's just me being a fucking idiot sharing my thoughts. But I also like Spider-Verse, so maybe that doesn't make me
Papa
entirely...
G, would an idiot know that they're an idiot? Or if they know that they're not smart, are they really an idiot?
I don't know, because it's like I like to pride myself on being like smarter than the average. Well, I like to think I have better taste than the average. Can't believe I'm using this word, but normie. God, I hate fucking using that word. But
Well, congratulations, Papa G, you're one of us.
yeah. But I still like things like The Last Jedi, so obviously I can't be too high up there.
Everyone likes something that doesn't make any sense to anyone else.
To the...
The Last Jedi.
Hey, but I like Spider-Verse. That means that redeems me somewhat, right?
Yeah.
It's a good movie. It's an amazing movie.
One of the few times where a lower frame rate is good. I can't believe I'm saying that as a PC gamer.
Mm. I mean, I kind of enjoyed Spider-Man 3 because I thought it was kind of funny.
It's like, all right, yeah, it's like what was it?
Yeah,
It's like my problem with Berserk. Like you can have CGI and do all that stuff, but if you're going to have action scenes, you shouldn't have it in 30 FPS. And I think the way how they did it was really good. Like the fighting scenes didn't seem like they were 30 FPS.
Okay. Like,
But it looked as if they were rendered faster. So at least all the animations.
I find it interesting you say that because like one big deal with The Hobbit was that like it ran at a higher frame rate, but a lot of people like didn't like that. They felt like it was like too weird and whatnot. Like so, like do you think that more movies should run at a higher frame rate or just like the fight scene?
It depends. Mostly, if it's just
like when it comes to games,
like how do I put it this way? Let's do it like this. Berserk 2016.
Yes.
When they're walking around talking, that's fine, because not really moving as much. But when you have like those high octane fighting scenes, where it's like a guy wielding a sword or someone swinging on a web, that has to be smooth. You can't have it be choppy.
Yeah, and it's weird. Like I don't know what frame rate the action scenes were at into the Spider-Verse. So they're definitely very smooth and very good. But like
It may have been in 30 FPS, but they may have animated it each one of those frames.
Yeah.
To make it look like it's faster than it is. Well, I'm done.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't like it because he's a racist, though.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
It's like, it reminds me of the time where I heard that there was a black Spider-Man. I thought if they don't actually build up his character and all it is just Peter Parker but black, I'm gonna be angry. I'm like, ah, good. Oh, thank God, he's his own character. He just happens to be Spider-Man. Oh, thank God.
What do I want? I want there to be what else? A s- a s- a the f- which superhero can I ruin? A Superman that identifies as a deer person.
Yeah, that E6. I
Or
don't think you've
furry.
been on
Yeah, that's what I want.
E621 in a while.
I want
I don't think you've been
Superman.
on E621 in a while.
You know what? I would actually love that. I would love to see
Don't you
a
do it.
movie
Your
where
mom's gonna walk in
Spider-Man
that room and be like,
furry.
"What are you looking at?"
It would be great. Think about it. Think about it. A movie where,
No.
where Superman's a furry, and like he's in the furry dimension. Then there's a robbery breaks out, has to run away and has to get into his Superman suit, but he still has a fur mask on. It'd be great comedy gold. I can see the writing in my head happening. I can see the scene happening in my head. What the fuck, Hollywood? Make a Spider-Man furry movie.
Hollywood likes to be safe, and I think I'd agree with them on that issue.
Well, if you ask me, Hollywood needs to be more brave. We need more furry movies.
No.
You heard it here, Hollywood. Oh wait, hang on a second.
No, to furries, I say go back to the internet.
Yeah,
go back to DeviantArt where you belong.
Oh crap! Hold on a second. Oh wow. Oh, I think. Oh, my keyboard has a driver error. Hold on a second. What's going on? I can't tell my keyboard anymore.
This is interesting. I was browsing Twitter as I do, and I found this tweet. I'm putting it in general. Let me know when you guys see it.
Man, it showed up. Let me look.
It showed up.
Water. Earth.
This blood.
Fire.
Jesus! Lord, Jesus!
Air.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Earth.
What do you think of it?
Very well illustrated point.
Oh, that's great.
Very good representation of the power of the elements.
Yeah.
Finally.
Yeah, way better than the M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Yeah. I hope the guy who was set on fire is okay.
Yeah. I mean, come on. I know they didn't really have the budget to do the whole iron platform thing, but come on. You have a better excuse for the Earthbenders to do nothing than the Spirit's Broken.
I just would have liked a good movie. So, in other words, make everything, like, throw out everything and make it better.
I think, personally, M. Night Shyamalan was just the wrong person to do that, the kind of movie it should have been. I mean, his movies are really slow and drawn out.
And, like, they kind of, like, really rush through the... It's been years since I've seen it, so I don't know if I can talk about it accurately, but, like, from what I remember, it really moved fast in terms of, like, rushing to plot point to plot point. It was like, boom, 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 boom. We have to get through this stuff as quick as possible.
Well, that was especially why it was a bad choice for it. I mean, here he is, a guy who does really, really long, slow movies, trying to do an action movie, and he has to cram an entire TV series into that movie as well. I mean, that was always going to end terribly.
Either way, it's probably a bad idea in general, because I don't know how you would adapt one season of a TV show, some of which is like episodic, some of which is like, what is it called? Where it's like following a plot. Like, I don't know how, like, you would,
I mean, they even cut out the Kyoshi Warriors.
Yeah, so, and, like, that's my point. I don't know how they would be able to do all that and make a good movie out of that, you know?
Perhaps instead they should have done a Netflix adaptation that's actually good.
Well, Netflix wasn't really a big deal back then.
No, they should have done something similar, but actually made it good.
Well, they're gonna do that. Well, you're getting your wish. You're gonna do that now.
Yeah, and I wish they wouldn't. Why does Netflix have to trash everything? I mean, when did Netflix become bad? When?
Well, Netflix isn't necessarily bad. It's just Netflix is at the point where they just like
We're Netflix, we don't care.
No, it's not that. It's Netflix has so much money that they're able to fund so many originals. Part of the problem is just like that they're just sort of like we want to blow our money on everything, so they're just at least that's how it looks like to me, where they're just throwing at a dartboard and they're just funding all these bunch of random shows. And since they're doing so many of them, of course, like the quality is going to vary from each one to each one.
Yeah, but they did give Amy Schumer a TV show, remember?
I guess. Well, they also
So it's like
they also have
their
some
quality
shows.
assurance department is kind of lacking.
Yeah, they also decided, you know what? How about we just give a second episode? Oh, we make a second season of Big Mouth.
Yeah, I mean, the Amy Schumer show, who the hell on Netflix's team looked at that and thought, yeah, put that on our platform, that'll do well? Who?
I don't know.
Was it the same guy who approved Right to Hell Retribution?
Well, some people like Big Mouth. I haven't seen it and I don't really want to see it, so.
Shoot. My shot.
Related to say. What the fuck was I gonna say? I swear to God, I can like probably make that my whole, that should be my tagline. What the fuck was I gonna say?
You could say, why did Anakin's father say there was no father? Yeah, Papa G, the 1st of January 2019, 2:50 a.m. UK time.
Anyway, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, and okay? Now I remember what I was gonna say. I remember it perfectly now. So, what were we talking about? We were talking about
Netflix.
Netflix, right? The thing is, so like, I think it's really just like Netflix wants to appeal to as many different demographics as possible. That's why we have things like the Full Metal Alchemist live-action movie coming to Netflix. That is a Netflix exclusive. Or we have like Stranger Things or whatnot, and we have She-Ra and whatnot. They're trying to appeal to many different demographics and to many different types of people, so thus the quality is going to be different.
Yeah, but who the hell does this new She-Ra appeal to? Who? That's not She-Ra. That's a teenage boy in drag.
I defy you to tell me otherwise.
One
really,
thing I
look at the new She-Ra. I mean, defined jawline,
thing
shoulders
I do-
bigger than the hips, no boobs. That is a dude.
One thing I hate, and I hate this about in general with certain people that criticize animation, is that some people haven't taken still frames of certain scenes from She-Ra and saying, "Look at this bad animation," and that kind of like triggers me a lot because it's like that's not, first off, that's not animation, that's just a still image, and second of all, a lot of times when you animate stuff and you pause at certain points, you're often going to see some screen tearing or whatnot, because like a lot of times like animators are encouraged to try to be fluid and whatnot, and so thus unless in the in-betweens occasionally you get something that looks a little wonky, but that's okay because the main point is to have it be fluid, you know? I'm sorry, this has just been something that's been annoying me for months and months, and this is my chance to get it off my chest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But anyway, other than that, I haven't seen She-Ra, so I don't know if it's good or not.
Apparently it isn't.
All right.
I mean, what is it you have against women, really? What is it the animators have against women?
Who?
Well, the animators of She-Ra. What is it they have against women, seriously?
I don't know. It's probably like didn't they give like a fat chick the ability to break wind? It was like control over. Actually, no. I just call it breaking wind, but it's actually just over like wind control or something, and it just farting sounds more funny.
I mean, I guess you can make any silly power good if you do it right, but I'm not. I'm sensing it wasn't done well.
What am I gonna say? Oh, yeah.
Well, almost any power.
I have a question. This is slightly off topic, but still on topic. Like, how do you feel like? Do you ever get annoyed when people like take still images and complain about the quote unquote bad animation?
I'm sorry, what?
Like, I see it all the time. I'm not just talking about She-Ra. I'm just talking about in general with animation. Like, I see a lot of people who like will take a single bad screenshot of something and say this is bad animation. Does that ever drive you guys crazy? Because it drives me up the fucking wall.
Fair enough, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Very annoying.
Oh my
Sorry
god,
about
there
going
actually is a comic book called The Rape Man. What have you done, Japan? Why do you always do this? Yeah, I'm not posting that in Discord.
So, well, what else can we talk about? This is something I can sort of talk about. I've been playing Red Dead 2 recently, pretty fun and whatnot.
Yeah.
And like, one thing I find interesting is like, I don't know how many people are making this, but I heard at least one person say that they think the game is social justice-y, or at least has some social justice aspects to it. And I kind of agree and kind of disagree, but for weird different reasons. It's like, I feel like the game, like, overall I think the game is really good and whatnot, but other than a few instances, the game, like, and it feels like it's 1899 aesthetic and tone and whatnot, but like, it doesn't feel like it feels like there's not as much racism as there should be. There's a lot of, now hear me out on this,
I agree, there's not enough
Papa G wants
racism.
more racism.
No, listen. And there's a lot of towns in Red Dead Redemption 2 where there's like, it's just like, there's like, white people, black people, Asians, like, no one's calling each other's names, no one's saying, oh, those darkies or all of this. Like, I've only heard someone say darky, like, a couple times in my, like, 40 hours playing the game. But, like, and I haven't
agree.
heard
Start
the
saying
N-word used, and I haven't heard the N-word used once. And this is a problem.
I have to say right now.
What?
I have to say right now, Mafia 3 was more accurate for the time.
That kind of bothers me because it's like, it's 1899. People were fucking racist back then and were awful. Portray that, you know?
6th of January 2019.
Actually, let me
Papa
think.
G complains there's not enough racism in the game.
Most, like, I don't want to say that you're wrong, but think about it. The government, practically, like, wiped out KKK. Slaves practically got their freedom. Granted, there was still more racism, but why is it that Mafia 3 is more accurate to the times of racism?
What do you mean?
Like, have you ever played Mafia 3?
I haven't played Mafia 3. But like I was saying,
in the game, when the game starts off, they say, listen, we wanted to make this the most accurate representation of 1960s culture. So we're going to say some things. There are going to be things said. There's going to be things that you're going to see that are not going to be nice. And every single sentence, a white guy, a black guy always said nigger, nigga. I've heard words I've never heard before in that. Like, I never knew the word niglet was a thing. And apparently means it means a black baby.
And the thing is, like Red Dead Redemption 2, it looks like the 80s, it feels like, not 80s, 1899. It looks like 1899. It's handcrafted to look and feel exactly like 1899, except like it's weird to me that people aren't like using slurs or using this or saying that so casually, because it's like, it just, in a way, it sort of takes me out of it. It feels like people are being too respectful in a way. And the only reason I'm complaining about this is because it seems weird to me that, like, they would go all their way was doing all this other stuff, but like they would be scared to say like use the N word or other slurs every once in a while. And this is Rockstar, you know, they're not.
Okay, you two complain about lack of racism. I need the bathroom.
Like that's one thing. Like I think Rockstar didn't want to do it, but then again, Rockstar did pretty well, considering how they did it. Like for example, one of the things that irritated me about Mafia 3, which I never thought I'd say, was that it was like they just spouted the N word.
Yeah.
Like, I have no problem with anyone saying it, but when you hear it enough times, it's boring.
It's just weird for me. It's like I don't need the N word spouted every other sentence. It's just weird in the 40 or so hours I've been playing Red Dead 2, I haven't heard the N word.
I remember I played the single player, and I think the one guy just says, "You mean I gotta hang out with some women and some darkies?"
Yeah. I have played Red Dead 2.
Oh, you're talking about Red Dead 1.
No, I'm talking about Red Dead 2.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Red Dead 2. That's what I was saying.
Okay, have you played Red Dead 2 out of curiosity?
Yeah. My brother got it for Christmas for his Xbox One. Usually when he goes to school and I'm looking for another job, I tend to sit down and play it.
Cool. It's like it's kind of weird. Like, I don't know. Like maybe this is a weird complaint, and maybe this is a me thing, or I don't know. It feels almost like I don't want to say it's social justice-y because I think that would be going a bit far.
I don't think it is social justice.
But it feels like almost like they're kind of tiptoeing around it, like they don't want to cause too much controversy. Like they'll reference things like, "Oh, the Indians, Native Americans, this stuff, that stuff," but they don't really explore it. Maybe they don't want to explore it for the story they want to tell and whatnot, and that's fine. But I'm just
True.
but like what I'm surprised about is that there's at least not some stuff happening environmentally. Like I'm surprised there's a side mission where you have to, I don't know, rescue this Chinese man from a bunch of white-hating people or whatnot. So that'd be interesting. Yeah, no, maybe this.
No, I mean you simply just want the times to be represented accurately.
Yeah, like to me,
Yeah,
it's
there's
more.
nothing wrong with that.
It's more
Like,
so because it's more so that because
if anything,
Rockstar is
it's
going to go out of their way to meticulously make everything feel like 1899 and like have wagons, have horses, and like do all this detail. Like, why would they pussy out at the racism stuff?
what I would consider more SJW would be more of like what Battlefield 5 did,
And
or
like,
practically just completely rewrote history.
and that's why I don't disagree that it's SJWE. Like a lot of people say it's SJW. I wouldn't say it's SJWE, but I would say I feel like it's a little afraid to step in the controversy bounds, which is really weird for me because like this is Rockstar.
Rockstar tends to do that.
Yeah.
So like, why are they suddenly afraid with Red Dead 2?
I don't know.
It feels like I don't know. It's weird to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm looking too deeply into it, or maybe it's just like a me thing.
Yeah, there might be a reason.
And
That only makes
like I
sense
said,
to
like I
them,
said,
but at least there's a reason.
yeah, and like I said with lethality a minute ago, maybe they're just not interested in telling a story that revolves around racism and whatnot.
And yeah, it's like it's
The
like
story doesn't have
what's
to
that?
be
Final
revolve
Fantasy?
around it, but it can be in there.
No, I know. It's like I'm
Yeah,
trying
like,
to say is I'm surprised it isn't in there more
Yeah.
beyond like a few
I mean,
comments.
Final
I
Fantasy
remember-
X, for example.
Yeah, Final Fantasy X. Like it made sense for that to be in there because the story required it.
Yeah.
The story that they were telling didn't require the Native Americans or them to talk about the racism in that year. And if it's not required, then don't put it in.
It's just weird to me just because, like, one other thing, then I'll move
You just
on.
want to see some people say nigger. I get you. Look,
No,
I
it's not
completely
that.
understand.
It's like they say darkies a couple of times. Like some guy's like, "Oh, I have to sleep next to a darkie" or something. And like there's a brief scene where like they talk about how like America kind of screwed over the Native Americans and whatnot. And
Yeah,
stuff,
I know. In Red Dead 1, they did that too.
Yeah. There's this brief scene, I can't remember, like, near the end of Chapter 2, where they, like, come across some Native Americans or whatnot, and then they go on a ride, and they're like, man, we really screwed them over, blah, 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 and they talked about it a bit. And I'm like, going into Red Dead 2, and like especially knowing Rockstar, I was like really prepared to hear a bunch of whole lot of like bad words and whatnot, and like there's certainly bad words. I'm like, where's the N words? Where's this? Where's that stuff? I don't know. I'm just surprised at all, you know.
Actually, what's funny? They actually put the KKK into the game.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, and the fact is that they actually say all those words that you want, Papa G. They say every single one of those words. So if you want to find them,
So
no, it's even better. It's even.
Yeah, but I want it spread out across the entire game. I want there to be race.
Oh wow. Okay.
Okay, even during that time period, not every single person was racist.
I know, but like more than 0% were.
Hell, even during the time of slavery, not every white person was racist.
I know, but like there's a lot more.
I mean,
racism
it was
than
the white people that made the Underground Railroad, you know.
Yeah, I know, but like I haven't heard anyone. Are you really telling me no one said like the N-word a lot in the 1899? I haven't heard the N-word uttered once, not even from a black person. Not once in 40 hours I've been playing this game.
Okay.
I don't know. I can't believe it. I don't want this hill to be the hill I die on, so I should probably move on.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to imagine Papa G actually complaining to Rockstar. There is not enough racism in your game.
Well, it's just weird to me because if you're gonna go through the effort of meticulously
I think Kotaku would have a field day with that article.
Yeah, I was saying if you're gonna go through all the way and like meticulously recreate what it felt like to be in the 1899, but pussy out of some of the problematic shit, well, like what's the point? Like the whole point about like recreating history is to remember that not everything was great back then and whatnot, you know.
I mean, hell, I know in Red Dead too. There's you actually get raped in it.
Oh yeah, I did hear about that.
Yeah, but let me point this out real quick. Where are all the journalists up in arms about this?
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, if you played as a woman, you would. Oh my god, are you kidding
Oh
me?
my god, yeah, that's bad. Oh, a man getting. They're probably just like, we don't want to talk about it because men can't get raped.
Really? That's news to me.
Yeah. There's an actual like scene. Actually, it doesn't show anything, but it's heavily implied. Like the guy knocks you out, and just a blank screen, but you hear him talking to you. The next thing you know, Arthur wakes up in a swamp, and he wakes up and he just looks around and goes, "Oh my god!" Like I'm just like, yeah, he was raped. Of course, I walked back there with a shotgun and decided, hey there. Of course, it's actually pretty cool because they actually put some detail in it. When you show up again, one of two things will happen. One, he'll see if you walk up to him with a shotgun or a gun in hand, he'll go, "Oh, it's you again," and then he starts running off. Or if you walk up to him again without any weapons in hand, he goes, "Well, hey there again. Come back for more."
That's hilarious.
And then you pull the gun and shoot him anyway.
That's hilarious.
Again, they didn't. I feel like they put things in the game, but they weren't willing to go that extra mile. For that in particular, everything else, it's so big.
Yeah.
Like they even put women's suffrage in there. You saw, that video of the guy, knocking the girl out, putting her on train tracks. Yeah, that everyone will talk about that. But the scene where the dude gets straight up.
Yeah, the only scene that in story mode where there's women's suffrage is like there's this mission where you have to drive a cart that has some women's suffrage people on there to like a bank to protest, and that's it. I don't know, maybe it's just me projecting and stuff, but
yeah, it's you projecting.
Yeah, I'm projecting. But it's just I just feel like they missed an opportunity to really explore racism and whatnot at the time. So,
I think they explored women's suffrage though, because when you're driving them, they tend to talk and you get to respond.
I guess, but I don't know. That's not really much in my opinion.
It's like
exploring. That's more just, to me. That's more just bringing up something.
They explored what they needed to explore to get the message of the game across.
Fair enough.
Then again, what was the game's message?
It's a prequel to Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah, it's a prequel to Red Dead Redemption. So there will be no need to talk about racism or practically women's suffrage because that wasn't the message of the story.
Yeah, fair enough. That is a good point and whatnot. And that's like what I'm starting to consider and whatnot.
If you're going to make a story, if you shouldn't, like, what you should do is you should build a story around the message.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes that won't work because not everyone will make good stories, but almost everyone will probably have a story with a message.
Yeah.
The Boy Who Cried Wolf.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic story, good message. I wish more people listened to that.
Yeah.
Yeah. If only CNN listened to it.
Yeah, if only majority of feminists listen to it, and SJWs listen to it. Oh, these people are Nazis. These people are racist. And then when the actual Nazis and racists show up, what's going to happen?
No one cares.
Sorry.
No one cares.
It's already happening and whatnot.
Mhm.
Like there's like a lot of bullshit that's happening, and like people have become so hardcore. Like,
All right. Hold on. We're getting too political. We might as well end the podcast here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's been fun, people. Hopefully we'll have more episodes of this. But if we don't, then we'll definitely off screen get together and talk from time to time like this, right, DolphinVi?
Yeah.
Because I can't let this be the last time we have one of these discussions, right?
Mhm.
Or we can do my idea.
Yeah, we'll do Lethality's idea.
We'll probably do Lethality's idea. In other words, talk to you later. Have a good night. And remember, racism is not okay.
Mm-hmm.
Unless it's casual.
Yes.
Yes. And before we all go, let's all end this podcast with a very aspiring quote. Why did Anakin's father say there was no father by Papa G?
It was a slip of the frickin' tongue.
Yeah, that's what they all say. Goodbye.